What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. CLT Aviation 13 here with another 1 to 400 scale video of my Phoenix airport setup. Really excited to showcase this model airport update for you today. The Delta A321s play a huge role in Delta's operation at Phoenix to their major hubs. So those are in the video. You can probably see one of them right now, but they do pretty much everything. A lot of the Atlanta, MSP, DTW, all that good stuff. 321s are rocking. So excited to get through those today. But before we really dive into the video, just want to give a huge shout out to everybody. Thank you so much for the continued support on the channel. Everyone commenting, liking, subscribing, it really means a lot. Try to reach everybody's comments. I try to reply to as many as I can. But I just want to say thank you for the support, and hope you've been enjoying these more frequent airport updates. Been trying to pump out a lot. So anyways, thank you guys again for all the support. And we'll go ahead and start the video with the Frontier A321. This is Otto the Owl with service to Denver, operating flight 750. And then we got an American 737-800 with service to Portland, operating flight 1437. And then we have the retro JetBlue A320, operating flight 140 to Newark. Pretty impressed with JetBlue's operation at Phoenix. They got Newark, JFK, Boston, Fort Lauderdale. I'm just trying to get a Fort Lauderdale flight to from Charlotte to FLL. We just can't get anything here. So pretty nice to see that they're doing somewhat well in Phoenix. But yeah, nice retro plane. And next we have an American A319 operating flight 509 with service to Spokane, Washington. Then we got that Aero Classic A319, which is going to operate flight 2105 with service to San Jose. Got the old Sun Country livery in today. I usually put the new livery in, but figured it's been a little bit since I brought the old colors in. Might as well get it in here. Not exactly sure how much they have left, but anyways, looks good. Just thought it'd be good for today's video. Operating flight 604 with service to Minneapolis. Next, we have an American 737-800, which is operating flight 2339 with service to Portland. Excuse me for my sniffles, a little cold here. A little chilly here in Charlotte, not used to it. I think it was about 32 degrees when I woke up this morning, which is fine. I went to school when it was like minus 40, but it's just, I haven't been in cold weather in a while, so a little bit chilly. So here's our first A321. Obviously, this is a huge, this is a great addition for this Phoenix airport. Like I said at the beginning of the video, A321s do everything from here, minus a few routes here and there, but they do a lot of the big stuff. So for the first one, we have Delta 886 with service to Detroit. And then next, we have a Delta A320, which is operating flight 1501 with service to Salt Lake City. I'm going to move on to the main section for the terminal area for Southwest and American. We'll start with the 737-800, and then we'll make our way to that Volaris some point in the video. So we'll start with the 738 operating flight 2615, service Seattle. Better lighting on this side. Here's another new livery 738 operating flight 2510 with service to Portland. And then we got a 737-700 in the Canyon Blue operating flight 2331 service to Oklahoma City. And then next up, another new livery 738 operating flight 1260 to Chicago Midway. One of my personal favorites, Florida 1 operating flight 112 with service to New Orleans. And Canyon Blue 738 with service to Indianapolis, operating flight 2305. Starting up with the American 319, flight 747, service to New Orleans. We got the PSA 319, heading out to San Jose, flight 536. Moving on down, we got 319s, 321 Neos, and then we got the Arizona Cardinals. Just for the spirit of football season. By the way, shout out to the Pittsburgh Steelers. 7-0, huge win against the Baltimore Ravens this past Sunday. A lot of haters out there talking about, oh, you haven't played anybody, all that stuff. So really glad they beat the Ravens. Obviously, there was some luck involved. Defense wins games. And, it's nice to shut the haters up a little bit because Ravens were a really good team. They are a really good team. I honestly didn't think we would win that game. I just thought we would split the series. Lose that game on Sunday, and then we play them again Thanksgiving night at 8:20 Eastern. So I thought we were going to win that game. So hopefully we win the one in Thanksgiving. That's the one I'm hoping for. But really glad to see that we're having a good season so far. I'm not going to get ahead of myself. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know, they don't usually blow teams out. It's always close matchups every week. But I'm excited for the future couple games coming up. Got the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, again, should be an easy win, but, can't overlook anybody in the NFL. Doesn't matter what Sunday it is. Anybody can beat anybody. So with that being said, I lost track of where I was. We're on that 319, operating flight 597 to San Francisco. And then we're on to the 321 Neo, which is operating flight 16, I think it's 1603 if I remember, with service to Kona. And like I said, just for the spirit of football season, here goes the Arizona Cardinals 319. Shout out to Kyle Murray. Having a great season so far. I think they're, 5-2, 6-3, something like that. I love Larry Fitzgerald. He went to Pitt, so he's a great guy. He's honestly one of my favorite players in the league. He's just an all-around, just a good dude. So it's nice to see Arizona's doing well, especially because they haven't had a whole lot of success over the last few years, I should say. But that being said, here's that 319 with service to Austin, flight 493. And then we got an American A321 Charlotte, which is pushing out, flight 498 with service to Charlotte. And then we got a 321 Wing Fence, operating flight 1969 with service to Chicago. And then a 737-801 World, operating flight 2374, service to St. Louis. And last but not least, we'll still get this 321 now, get that CRJ-900. We got this A321, and then my good friend in Philadelphia, operating flight 478. And that's that good old Shark 321. Not that jank 321 Wing Fence Gemini jet model. I'm always going to pick on this plane because it's awful. Disproportionate CFM engines. Most unfortunate, as always. And last but not least, on this part of the video, we got a CRJ-9 operating flight 5773 with service to Reno. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and start on this side with this 319 coming in from Sacramento. Got some empty gates right here. I'll give you another view of this little modified area. This was that Reno flight, and we had this was the Philly, can't remember, Chicago, Charlotte. So really like this area. I just love, packing planes in pretty tight. Got those nice gate extensions there. Making good use of everything. American 738. This is the Gemini jet version, that OG one. Flight 2054 with service to Miami. Got that America West Retro 319. Gate is pulled away. It's getting ready for pushback. Operating, flight 438 with service to San Diego. Or you know what? Have them go to Milwaukee. I don't want to use another 319 to San Diego. So we'll say that for another good airplane. 738 operating flight 507 with service to Charlotte. And here's the TWA 738, which is also pushed out, getting ready to go. Flight 46 to Santa Ana. Here's a 321. I'm going to use this one to San Diego, flight 438. They'll be flying A321 Neos on this one as well. It's just, they do everything. So next up, American A320, flight 372 with service to Minneapolis. And then another CRJ-9, flight 5775 to Santa Rosa. And I'm going to get on the other side because the lighting's a little bit better. Got another 319 holding short of the runway, operating flight 1792 with service to Columbus. And we have the two cargo airplanes. You can go ahead and guess where these are going. As per usual, the MD-11 for FedEx will be heading to Memphis, and then the UPS MD-11 will be heading to Louisville. And last but not least, we have the Volaris A320, operating flight 1975 with service to Guadalajara. All right, guys, for the last part of the video, we're going to be taking care of, pretty much everything that's non-American. We're going to start with that United Embraer 175 on the right side of your screen, and then we'll make our way over to the Deltas, and we will conclude the video there. Starting with the United Embraer 175. Let me zoom in because I can't reach that far. This Embraer 175 is pushing back flight 5880 with service to San Francisco. And we have United 737-800. This is the new livery, flight 1638 with service to Houston. And then scooching on back to another Delta A321. Again, these 321s are already making a big difference for this video. This one came in from Atlanta. And we got a United 319 getting ready for pushback, operating flight 604 with service to Denver. And here we have a United 737-800 Star Alliance, operating flight 529 with service to Chicago. Next up, NYPD JetBlue A320, operating flight 1158 with service to Fort Lauderdale. And then here is an Alaska 737-800, taxiing out to the active runway, operating flight 947 with service to Seattle. And moving on to the next section. Again, we're getting closer to the holidays, so here's Snoopy again. Kind of like decorate my airport. If you haven't noticed, I like to put some, some decor around just to kind of spice it up. A little true story here with the Snoopy is, if those who've flown through Minneapolis, you might know which spot I'm talking about, but Minneapolis, the main piece of the terminal where all the concourses connect to, right after you go after security, it's like a little mall / shopping type area. There's a Dunkin' Donuts, and then just short of the Dunkin' Donuts, there's a big old Snoopy statue. Anytime I would fly through Minneapolis, I would always go over and get a picture of Snoopy, especially my mom always likes seeing it. And I'm not gonna lie, he looks cute, man. They decorate him for the holidays, and I would just like seeing Snoopy puts a smile on my face. So that's kind of why I put Snoopy in, just to kind of spice things up a little bit and just a little bit of memory to MSP. Great airport, miss flying through there. But yeah, there's Snoopy. Starting with the Disneyland 737-900 with service to Seattle, operating flight 691. And then we got the Embraer 175. Now they do different routes from Phoenix, like they do Seattle, Portland, stuff like that, San Francisco. I always like just having mine go to Everett just because it's a destination I don't really utilize. And that obviously is because of the fact that, there's not that many routes from Everett. So anytime I get a chance to use this route, I'm going to go ahead and use Everett. This is 2237 with service to Everett, like I said. All right, here's the Delta section. Like I said, things are a lot better. I've been kind of in Struggleville with not having those 321s. And I said in previous videos, since 2016, I will avoid Gemini jets as much as possible. There's obviously some planes that I have to get just because for certain reasons. But this is a perfect example. I mean, Gemini just made all the 321s for Delta. I didn't buy a single one of them. I don't like them, so it's just not going to waste money on it. So patience did, it worked out for me. NG Models came out with the 321 Thank You and the standard 320 livery. And also they did that Sky Team recently as well. And as they're recording this video, there is the 738 normal livery coming out, I think. I saw the hints. I think it's a normal livery, 738. So that's going to be a big help as well. So anyways, with that being said, we'll start with this 319, which is heading to Salt Lake City, operating flight 1519. And then here's the Sky Team 738, operating flight 694 with service to Seattle. And then here's that Thank You A321 on pushback flight 766 with service to Minneapolis, St. Paul. And then last but not least, we have flight 915 operating to Atlanta. So looking nice. They did a great job with these. I'm gonna do a review soon. You may have, I may have uploaded depending on when I recorded this, but love this plane so much. Very well done. So with that being said, that wraps up this video. Like this rotation so far. I've been trying to get through these airports. Some airports you'll see more frequently just because it's easier to make more videos of. San Juan will obviously be continued. It's just a little bit, it's not one of the busiest airports, so you'll probably see it a little less, a little more infrequent, I should say. But stuff like, Charlotte will always be consistently updated. Same for Phoenix. So still thinking about Boston. Boston's been tough for me because there's some planes that I really don't have yet. And, I'm kind of evaluating if I should still pump a video out of it or not. So I'm going to keep checking that schedule just to see what I have and match it up to the current planes I do have. But I'll try to get another one soon before the holidays, just for good measures. But if you stuck it to the end of the video, as always, thank you so much for the continued support on the channel. If you haven't already, I would appreciate it if you did like and subscribe to the channel. It does help out a ton. And again, drop a comment. I try to respond as much as possible. If I don't, I apologize. But thanks again for watching the video, and I will see you in a future video. Thank you.